Busy Corner, a Shisanyama in Tembisa, is selling off stock which was bought in the wake of the countdown to all restaurant closures across the country. The township business currently has full-time staff members whose salaries have not been affected this month. But the next 21 days will negatively affect the bottom line of the business if the lockdown extends longer than the period that has been expected. Now, Newsroom Africa's Sindisiwe Twala is there and she joins us now. A very good afternoon to you, Cindy. First of all, let's talk about the gloves that you are wearing and the precautions that you yourself are taking.
Essentially, because we are front line in all the reporting that we do across the country, we need to have these gloves because of the various surfaces that we touch and the various places that we go to. So this essentially is to guard against any incidences where I touch something that I shouldn't have. But we also know that these gloves are things that we have to change quite regularly. So immediately after having spoken to people, maybe after an hour or so, I have to take them off, wash my hands and continue to the next story. So this is basically precaution. But coming back to what we're doing here in Tembisa, we're at Busy Corner, Shisanyama. This is owned by various people, or a group of people rather. This particular company also owns Imbizo Shisanyama, that is in Midrand, a stone throw away from here. But we're going to be talking to one of the directors about how their business has been affected. So I'm going to step out of frame shortly so that you can see that says staff only. So for people to know, right behind that door, staff is preparing for the 21-day lockdown. Cleaning is taking place, last-minute hampers are being rounded up, and all kinds of essentials are being rounded up so that nothing goes to waste in the 21 days. But I'm also going to show you what's happening so that you know, if you're a regular here, this is where the Shisanyama or people come to buy meat in order to braai. But I also am going to now introduce one of the directors, Senzo Msongo here. Hi, how are you? And for the 21 days, what has this particular Shisanyama done to curb against waste?
Hello, Cindy. Our Shisanyama has made sure that the excess supply that we had, instead of selling it to customers at the normal price that you would sell it for people who are going to sit down and enjoy the braai and have a waiter serving them, we thought to ourselves, people would like to have meat and they don't want to compromise on the quality of meat that they're going to have when they're at home. So we made sure that the quality meat that we have, we reduced the prices and put it in hampers so that individuals can have good value for money for the meat that they have, and we also are able to make sure that you don't have excess supply that just sits on the freezers during this 21-day period. In addition to that, we also have stews as well that we normally give out to our staff. So today, the reason why we are closing early is because we are busy with the cleanup and making sure that the restaurant environment is clean, because if we're not going to be around, we need to make sure that the environment is hygienic, so that when you come back, we don't come back to a scare. So the staff is also going to be getting the stews as well that remain as off-cuts when we prepare our meat.
And then could you please ask one of the people here to show us one of the hampers and what they particularly look like? So as he's asking or requesting some of the staff to give him the hampers, this is the various hampers that some people have been buying in order to wade against the loss of cost, because we know that this particular Shisanyama had already prepared to have this particular hamper and the meat here and everything that they have to last them for various times, as they know that they're quite busy. But coming back to you, Senzo, how many people are employed here in terms of permanent people, and how many freelance people or part-time staff is employed?
In terms of permanent people, we have about 33 people who are permanent in our own payroll, and also people who are also in our own payroll as far as casual staff that come in on an ad hoc basis for weekends and on busy nights. It's about 50 individuals. Then there are even more individuals that are hired through our business in terms of outsourced services of the likes of your cleaning services that we outsource to a local company called Zondisol Cleaning Services. So overall, I would say people who get an income, individuals who get an income out of this business should be in excess of 100, but directly from our payroll, it's 33 permanent and approximately 50 who are casual on an ad hoc basis.
And then coming back to the hamper that we're speaking about, just to come back to it, some people are sitting at home wondering how much was this going for and what is in it exactly.
All right. So in as far as the hampers, we had 2 hampers that we started off with immediately on Tuesday morning. We had option 1 and option 2. Both option, well, the second option is actually now depleted. So what you are seeing now is the make-believe of or rather the adjustment of what was the option 1. So what you see on the option 1 that we have now that has been adjusted because of the demand is that we had a full chicken, fresh full chicken, mind you. Our birds range from around the size of 1.2 kilogram to 1.5 kilogram. They are quite nice meat. And you are seeing plain wors, boerewors. I must say and take this opportunity to clarify, unlike other Shisanyamas that buy their meats already cut from various butcheries, we prepare our own meat. We buy the forequarters and the hindquarters, and we buy the lambs as well, so that we can cut it into the various pieces that our customers like. That's how we can actually ascertain and make sure that the quality is kept consistent over the years. With that being said, we are confident that when you are buying our wors and we say it's beef, it actually is beef. So this is plain beef wors and chili wors as well. And when I look at it down there, there's also brisket and a little bit of short ribs there as well. And
I know, so sorry to cut you off there. We know that this is not the only business. As we walk out so that people can see, I'm also seeing other things there. Is it packages or what is happening there that's being packed? A lot of the staff is actually hard at work in that. We know that this is not the only Shisanyama that your company actually owns. Can you tell us about that particular area, what's being done there?
Well, you spoke about the company having multiple owners. So I'm one of 2 directors. The founding director being the famous Mazwane, who is the founder of basically the commercialization of the Shisanyama subsector. Started Shisanyama back in 1997. So having had over 20 years of experience working in the township environment, she realized the importance of being able to give back to the community and started a foundation last year, if I'm not mistaken, called Mazwane Foundation. So previous to that, we used to donate directly from the company, but then we saw it's important to support an NPO that will be registered, where even the taxman can see that when we are sending these donations, we are sending it to a reputable company. So that particular foundation actually focuses on early childhood development and entrepreneurship skills. But obviously, like the president said, right now is not business as usual, it is business unusual. And she had seen it and she has taken it upon herself to make sure that she repurposes the foundation just for this period of the COVID-19 issues, and brought up other business people around the economy, the community, to assist and see how best can we now put a lending hand into the immediate community that we trade in. So what you are seeing now is the various hampers that have been compiled that are going to be taken to the informal settlements that are close by to our establishment. It is important as business for us to be cognizant of the communities that are around us and the challenge that face them. In addition to that, that's why we even had these particular pamphlets that were printed on the 17th of March, immediately after the president had made the announcement.
What do they say? What are they about the coronavirus?
So we realize that in our community, through our staff, mind you, that many of the individuals are not that well informed. And we know that the spread of this disease is chiefly around not having sufficient information of how to protect yourself and stuff. So when you quickly open this pamphlet, it tells you about the different precautions that you can take to make sure that you prevent this disease from spreading inside your home, as well as here in the business environment. And also the emergency numbers that are there for the people when they have any questions around this particular disease, because there are fears and panic around it, so that they are aware. It also tells them, as well as inside the establishment, how we should conduct ourselves. Obviously, in that past week, as we were still allowing customers to come in, the environment, how it must be, the fact that the sitting arrangement, we must now reduce the floor space and eliminate chairs and tables, so that there's enough people, there's enough social distancing for the few customers that were still coming to Imbizo Shisanyama to enjoy Africa's ultimate braai experience.
And then lastly, from my side, in terms of the next 21 days, what has the business done besides the packages, besides giving to the local community? What has the business done for the business in order to be able to stay afloat?
Yes, so we took it upon ourselves to take advantage of what the government said is going to be offering small and medium businesses like ourselves who are faced with financial issues. I would say one of the public figures in the world that has said it well was the governor of the Reserve Bank in Kenya, who said that they do not want in Kenya to turn this health crisis into a financial crisis. And therefore, we applaud the government for opening the opportunities for small and medium businesses like ourselves to apply on the online platform on that smmesa.gov.za website. We were also faced with those challenges of the websites going on and off, but I can safely confirm that as of end of yesterday, we had submitted our paperwork, and we are going to be working from home to check if they are going to need any further documentation from us to see if they can assist us. So the government offers two elements as far as the website and the information that was distributed. It offers debt release, and it offers resilience facilities, and we applied for both in the sense that resilience facilities are the chief ones that you would require over this period. 21 days is about 3 weeks, which is a lot of time for businesses like ours to lose inflow of cash flow.
Thank you so much. That was one of the directors of Imbizo Shisanyama / Busy Corner telling us about what they've been doing as this particular establishment to ward off the hard times that might come for various township economies or various people with establishments in the township. He's also said or encouraged or implored other business owners who are compliant currently to apply to that particular website that he's given for some form of relief from government.